What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Today we're going to be talking about crypto. We're going to do a weekly update, but also I think it would be nice to take a look at year-to-dates. Man, that's kind of depressing, isn't it? We're going to be getting into Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and a couple of my other favorites as well. Take a look at the state of the crypto market. Year to date, yeah, this is not the year I think that anybody was expecting. Where is our altcoin season? Are we going to get an altcoin season? This is the fourth year of the cycle. What is going on? And why is Bitcoin Cash up 42%? I don't think I'm going to answer that in this video, but isn't that crazy? Before we dive in, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only and entertainment, of course. And if you could, do me a favor, hit that like button. Helps the channel out a lot. Hit subscribe if you've been watching these videos, you've been enjoying them, but you haven't subscribed yet. I know that's a lot of you out there. And if anything comes to your mind, comment below. All right, let's dive into Bitcoin. We're looking at the weekly chart, and this does not look good at all, at all, at all. According to the rules of Ichimoku, we are in the cloud. You're not supposed to buy when you're in the cloud, especially the weekly cloud. This could get worse. This could get worse. We have hit a key GAN level, which is the GAN arc, which could be a top. That could have been the top right there at 125,000. And I was tracking a megaphone pattern, hoping that it would tap the bottom and then come out the top and go on this crazy run up to 200,000. But it looks like we are trapped under the bottom trend line of the megaphone, and this could squeeze us out of the bottom of the cloud. If it were to do that, the next key levels that you're looking at are the dreaded $66,000 to $68,000 per Bitcoin mark. Very scary stuff, but you do have a massive volume shelf right there. I would be shocked if we broke below that on Bitcoin. So maybe not what a lot of you wanted to hear, but the good news is if you were looking, should I buy some Bitcoin? What should I do? For me, I DCA slowly when things are looking rosy, and when things are looking terrible, I kind of hit the brakes. But once they become so bad, like if it were to go down to like that mark, like 68,000, 70,000, once it's in there, I'm going to buy a tranche because people are going to be crying right there. And there's a ton of volume. Let's actually bring this back to the bottom and just see what we're looking at here. Yeah, you have a huge volume shelf right there. There's a lot of eager buyers that would appear right there. And wait, like imagine it the other way. Imagine you were shorting Bitcoin, and in your mind, you were like, I'm not going to cover my short until it hits 27,000. Yeah, good luck. Or I'm not going to buy Bitcoin until it comes back to 27,000. Not going to happen, Chief. If it were to come down to like this GAN angle, slowly but surely, maybe I could see 55K. But to me, the way I look at it, if we were to hit this 70K area, there's limited downside. Now, like I said, this is not financial advice, but the way that I look at it, that would be as safe as it gets, given the fact that nobody really knows. It would be a good buy the dip opportunity is the way I would be looking at it. Ultimately, what do I think will happen? Hopefully we don't do that and we just crawl up this cloud, get back into the megaphone, break through. And actually here, let me elongate this out a little bit here. Get back up, and then boom, we could get hopefully up and over and continue this run. Obviously, everybody wants that, but that remains to be seen. And if you are just looking at the information that we have on the ground today, price action just doesn't look that good. Let's take a look at Ethereum. It is kind of the same story. However, Ethereum, to me, gives me a little bit of hope for Bitcoin because they are highly correlated assets. They just are. And my model is showing nearby GAN angle support. And according to this, if I go 52 weeks out, we've got a 35% return from today's prices on Ethereum bought today. But our volume shelf is much closer. And I guess for alt season to really kick off, Ethereum has to outperform Bitcoin. So it could be that you get Ethereum to, maybe it's already bottomed, but maybe we double tap this little $2,500 area. Maybe we even have a freak out and we come down to 2,100 again and we hit this GAN angle finally. But maybe that would be it. And Bitcoin could continue to bleed down to 66,000 and this starts to go up. And the rotation finally is upon us, and Tom Lee can stop getting hate online and all that, and everything will be all good in the hood, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, so this is not under the cloud yet on the weekly, but it is outside of that megaphone pattern that I was looking at. So right now, if you want my opinion on crypto, it's kind of in that liminal, not sure space where really it could go either way. There's a lot of pain in the morale, I guess, of retail. The sentiment is really low on crypto, which sometimes is a good buying opportunity. But the fact of the matter is, I've been buying a lot of crypto over the last year. My bags are packed, just waiting for alt season. You know what I mean? I don't really need to buy more. And so me personally, the crypto I am buying is the very large caps like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I already have a ton of XRP and a lot of Link, which we'll get into. So I'm really just trying to focus on the big dogs now. Solana back into GAN jail, but you can see here we got the GAN angle coming up soon. So I think the pain should be over soon. It really should be. I don't believe in the 4-year cycle. I think that Solana is going to do really good going into next year. And, according to my model, if I go 52 weeks out, we've got 150% rise in Solana. And I think that if we get up to that, we'll be breaking all-time highs. There might be more of a parabolic move. That's my minimum. My minimum expectation for a bullish year for Solana is 150%. But like I said, these GAN arcs can be a problem. We could get trapped in here, but once we get out, there's a swift move. And that's actually what we saw in XRP. Once it finally got through this GAN arc, created enough space outside of it, boom, we had a re-rating on it. But XRP is falling through the Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. This is the worst relative to everything else that I've seen XRP in a really long time. So I don't know how much longer this can last, to be honest, because you might notice that we had a really great November last year, and it's been just kind of in a range between 150 and 325. It's pretty much just been, and mostly it's been between 222 and probably about 270. So that's really where it's been sitting. It's not really down here very often since the big move up. And very rarely do crypto markets give you the top for a year, give you a whole year to sell the top. So I just don't think that was the top. Could be wrong, but I've been expecting this thing to get up to $8 for a while now. So I really do think still that this hits this arc before it comes down and hits this GAN. Because why would it go up this high just to come back down to this GAN angle here? That's my thought on XRP. Chainlink looks terrible, man. Probably the best fundamental story in crypto, in my opinion. Chainlink is the glue that holds the Genius Act together. That's what I've been saying. It really enables real world assets, stable coins. It is so important to the crypto ecosystem, and I'm just surprised that the token has done so poorly for so long, and I just don't see how that continues. It just doesn't make sense, I guess, is what I'm saying. And the price action, when the fundamentals are getting better and better and better, but the price action is just kind of stale, that's when I like to build positions. I did that with SoFi. I'm doing that with Zeta right now. You aren't often given, an opportunity like that. So I like Chainlink as a coin. We might be at the bottom here. We're at a key Fibonacci level at 1220. Hopefully we can get back up to this point of control around $14. And ultimately, I would like to see it regain this GAN angle here. If it were able to do that in week 52, that's almost a 200% gainer, 190%. So that's like a 3x on your money if it were to accomplish that. And I kind of expect it to, because we should be getting a lot of bullish catalysts in the crypto space over the next year. Let's take a look at BMNR, because that's got a lot of fans, a lot of people that are invested in Ethereum like this as a leveraged play. There's Tom Lee. He's getting a lot of hate because, from the top, this thing is down 80%, 82% from the all-time high. I mean, I shorted it when it came up here. It just made no sense. You could tell the euphoria was there. But it made its way into the GAN arc, and then it's falling out of the GAN arc, guys. It's through the weekly cloud. Things do not look good in BMNR land. I'm not going to lie. Things do not look good in BMNR land, but hopefully, if we can get a recovery in the crypto space, this thing will get back in and move its way higher. If it can reclaim this GAN angle, from 52 weeks, that's a big gain. It's a very big gain. Let's just measure that out. 52 weeks. Over 2,000%, which is pretty crazy. But if it doesn't, and it just goes on to this one, we're still up 48% from here. Which doesn't, if you bought the top or anywhere in the last couple months, which this is where most people were buying, you're underwater right now. So almost everybody that invested in this is pretty upset. Speaking of MicroStrategy, oh God, this thing has been struggling. It's been on the struggle bus for a minute now. We're back inside this GAN arc. I think it could stabilize inside this GAN arc, not going to lie. But I don't see it getting out and doing great things until Bitcoin turns the ship around. But if Bitcoin were to do that and were to make a new all-time high, think about where this could be. This could be like up 200% from these prices within a year, roughly. About 100 and what am I looking at here? 170%, something like that. So that's a big jump. If Bitcoin was to turn the ship around this year, make a new all-time high, MicroStrategy could easily get back up there as well, and that would be a big deal, right? Let's pick out another one here. I want to take a look at I want to look at HBAR. HBAR is a favorite of retail, and it looks like Ethereum to me, or kind of looks like XRP in a way as well. The story of crypto seems to be that there are these GAN arcs that are just rejecting price. Are prices just going to come back down to the bear market lows? That'd be crazy. If they did, you'd almost have to start buying them like crazy, because you have so much volume built up, at least on HBAR, from 3 cents to 8 cents. So if you get an HBAR that goes down another 5 cents, you almost have to, it's going to be so cheap, you almost have to buy a ton of it, which is why I think it won't even get down there, because people are going to front run that move. And maybe you get a 9 cent, and we already did during that big liquidation event. So anyways, guys, that's my crypto video. That's kind of what I'm seeing on my charts. It's not a space that I would be running into right now. Technically speaking, it just looks kind of gross. if prices were to go lower, it would become attractive from a buy the dip opportunity. But the dip, if your bags are already packed, if you already have a position you've been holding, I don't know if I'd be adding crypto here. I think I would be adding, maybe Bitcoin for your long-term bag, or stocks. There's just better stocks that are better risk reward right now than buying crypto. The dip could be dippier. The dip could be dippier. I want a lower price than this, or I want to see strength return. But if we're on that in between where we're getting rejected off of key levels, we're under the Ichimoku cloud, I'm just not interested until it becomes so bad that everybody is crying. Right now, people are kind of moaning sentiment-wise on crypto, but until they're crying and capitulating, I'm not really a buyer at these dip levels. So that's just where I'm at. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you found that interesting and you want to see me apply it to stocks and other assets like gold and silver, there should be a video at the end of this that you can click, but also you can hit subscribe because I come out with these videos all the time. Thank you for hitting that like button. It means a lot to me. And comment down below if there's a crypto you'd like me to take a look at next week. And until next time, Risky Ryan, out.